Good evening. Good afternoon. I'm sick, if you can't tell by my fucking sinuses. Um, I believe I have the flu. That's what my mom said because I got my little brother sick by accident because they came over and visit. But my body feels like it's literally like turning on me. Where are my tissues? Oh, tissues. So I've been drinking a boatload of tea, trying to get my shit back in order. This is my first time using this microphone. I've had it since like my birthday last year, but this is my first time using it, so I hope the audio is fine. It is what it is. It's been really hard to try to like relax and like recuperate my body and give my body the rest it needs because I feel like I'm coming out of a state where I'm trying to work, and like in a way play catch up. But essentially, I'm just running my fucking head into the ground because if I don't rest, I prolong the sickness. And then feel like if I do rest, I feel guilty for resting because I'm like, I should be doing this, I should be doing that. I'm worrying about money, I'm worrying about finances, I'm worrying about bills, I'm worrying about that. And I'm just tired. I'm just tired. But I don't know what to do. Like, I'm trying to rest and trying to like take care of my body. But I know that like my mental capacity is not allowing me to do so. It's not allowing me to truly rest because of guilt and feeling like I should be doing more than what I am doing or what I'm even physically able to do right now. But this is some green tea with some ginger in it. And I put a Ricola in it too, just so it can melt down in there. But I watched Demon Slayer. I just finished the last season of Demon Slayer. Bitch, when I tell you emotional fucking roller coaster, emotional damage, goddammit. But yeah, that shit was heat. That shit was fire. I don't want to spoil nothing for nobody, but if you haven't watched the most recent season of Demon Slayer, I'm gonna need you to go ahead and do that. Cause baby, that shit had me jumping on my seat, hooping and hollering up in this house, okay? But trying to take things one day at a time, one moment at a time. I'm still there. I'm still there. I'm still here. Ooh, my bad. See, I don't know how to do this whole, this is a learning experience for me. This whole YouTube, this whole thing is a learning experience for me. So just be patient with me. Honestly, that's why I started doing YouTube, is just to give myself something to, a way for myself to practice public speaking, a way for myself to exercise my communication skills, exercise my ability to articulate myself. So yeah, it was also a way for me to like kind of keep my life accountable, like to keep me in the game of life. Like coming on here, talking to people who, may resonate with whatever I'm saying at any given moment. It gave me that moment by moment goal, like, you know, being able to talk it out instead of just sitting in it has been helping me. So this is how I'm doing that, just coming on here. I don't have a like a necessarily business plan or anything like that. I'm pretty sure this tea and me stirring it is gonna catch on this microphone. I apologize if it's really loud because I'm not editing this. This is just a straight live stream. This is a test run. This is my first time using this microphone on a live stream. If it sounds awful, that's because one, I'm sick and I sound like a fucking bag of cotton balls, wet cotton balls. And this is not the best microphone. This is not the best quality microphone, so bear with me. But like as I always say, you do well, do with what you can. It sounds good, LOL. Thank you. I'm grateful that you can hear me. Thank you for telling me that. I really appreciate it. Because this is my first time working with this microphone, and I know when I watch back my lives on here, I hate it because you can't hear shit I'm saying because my phone is very old. And the microphone on it is fucked. So the speakers are fucked. Like, that's an old phone. But as I always say, work with what you have. Do what you can with what you have. I'm a very resourceful person. I'm very much a thrifter. I'm a very much one man's trash is another man's treasure. But I'm not a hoarder or by any means, which I've been binge watching Hoarders, and the psychology behind it is very interesting to me because I could definitely see myself, had I not obtained this level of awareness, to be able to step back and, you know, work towards not necessarily fixing the problem because there's nothing necessarily wrong with me, but working towards better means to living and existing. I could see myself going down that path if I didn't catch it in time. Like hearing their stories and hearing, you know, how like catastrophic, tragic events happen in their life and they just let their homes go, they let their lives go, they let their bodies go, to the point where they're literally living in rat feces and cat shit and piss and I just spilled my tea on myself. At least it wasn't a lot. But like just listening to the stories and shit and like that helplessness, like I could resonate with that shit. Like I see how people can become hoarders or, you know, get to a point where they're literally living in shit. And it makes sense. Like it makes sense. You know, hearing them say, you know, like finding more value in aluminum can than seeing the potential in their own life. Like I resonate with that shit. Like one woman, she was saying, you know, I don't see potential in my life, you know, saying that she sees more potential in the things that she was keeping and hoarding around her than her own life. And it was interesting because, you know, you kind of get a peek in how low her self-value and her self-worth had gotten. And it had me thinking, like, once again, you know, when we come across, and also the stubbornness of these people too. Like, I'm very stubborn. I'm a very bullheaded person. So, you know, listening to them and seeing how stubborn they were to give away and part with certain things was frustrating, but I understood it because I'm very much, you know, I can see the value in things that other people may not see value in. I can see how things can, you know, turn from one thing into another. And see their perspective on it. But I don't know, the psychology behind it was very interesting to me. So I've been binge watching Hoarders. I have been binge watching Hoarders. Like one guy on there, he was like, oh, fuck. My phone. My phone is going to die. It's on 20% right now, but that's okay because I knew that. And that's okay. I really hope that my rat tail wasn't rubbing up against the microphone the whole time and you can actually hear me. Yeah, life is interesting. Life is interesting. Still taking it one day at a time, one moment at a time. just learning how to customize every aspect of my life, cater like the like customized and tailored to myself. You know, with all the information that I seek and I'm exposed to and that I'm digesting and downloading, you know, I'm having to use discernment, you know, with what is useful, taking what is, you know, of actual use to my lifestyle, as opposed to just digesting everything, you know, any given, you know, entity is saying or whatever. Yeah, yeah. I want to do another plant tour. Last time I did a plant, meet my house plants, was 2020, and my plant collection has definitely dwindled down, simply because my attention can't be divided into too many different entities at any given time. So I had to downsize a few things. I've gifted a lot of plants away, and propagations and stuff, which is why I'm not like, you know, feeling no kind of way, because it's like propagations, like it's never ending. So I'm never going to be without plants. Like I can create as many plants as I want. I have a philodendron vining over there, that I have been taking cuttings from and gifting to people and just, you know, propagating for myself. But thinking about doing something like that for the channel again. I don't really know what my channel is about. Like I said, I started this channel really as a survival tactic and a way to just kind of give myself a reason to live and kind of keep myself accountable in a way, like every day, every other day, or any moment where I feel, you know, pulled and inclined to open my mouth and speak. It was, you know, YouTube and just, you know, talking made me feel that way. This is one of my favorite books that I read, and like, well, I don't even know when I got this book or who. I don't know if I bought this online or if somebody gave, or if I found it at the thrift store or something. I think I brought this though. I don't remember, but it's Rosemary Gladstar's Medicinal Herbs Beginner's Guide. This is one of my favorite books, like my go-tos, and I haven't been reading this since I last, you know, was in it. And the last page I left off on was fucking mullein. Ain't that a bitch? Duh. Mullein, period. Which is the main herb I need to be consuming right now, because it's a demulcifant. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but it is a expectorant, which basically expels mucus. Which, if you can hear, that's what the fuck you're hearing right now in my voice, in my sinuses and whatnot. So I've been coughing up mucus and phlegm and all that. I've done some lung steams. What's another good book that I've read this year? This is another one that I was reading. I started reading, I think, in like 2021 or 2020. Essential Energy Balancing by Diane Steen. That was another good book that I read. Another one, The ABC is of CBD, is another really good book I got from the CBD store I used to work at. Hey Jennifer, if you're watching. I want to. This is sitting on my bookcase, so that's why I'm looking past y'all, because it's like right behind you. Oh, this is another one I started reading. Say Yes to No Debt. Started reading that one. I don't think I finished that one, I don't believe. But this is the one I want to start reading. The Challenging Child is one I want to start reading. And garden designing, planting. Because I want to help my friend's mom design her garden. We're doing like a garden plan. Cause she got her trees cut and everything in the backyard, and she wants me to help her plan out her garden. So I really want to like refresh my memory and my knowledge on garden planning. But this one is I'm really interested in, the Challenging Child. I've had this for a while. I got this from the thrift store. One day I just went there and I had like that bin right there. I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a tub. I filled the whole bin up, and I think I like left with like maybe over 30 books for like $5-7, and I felt like I had won the fucking lottery. But yeah, some others, astrology books that I've read. Creativity. That one is a really good one that I like. I started reading this a little bit before I got into the hospital. Creativity, Flow and the Psychology of Discovery and Invention. It's a really good book. I have another one that I really, really, really enjoy. I'm coming. So you can see, like, when I start reading a book, I just kind of like put the bookmarks in it, and then I just like to go back and forth between books. I usually, depending on the topic, if I finish it in one sitting, but I usually like to read like a couple books at one time. I finished this one though, Sexual Astrology. It's not about sex. It's about gender and get in touch with your masculine and feminine aspects, understand your moods, emotions, and drives, yada, yada, yada. Another good book I read. Let's see. Maya Angelou poems. It's another one I started reading. It's a really good book. Look at Miss Maya. Yeah, she's like one of my favorite, like one of my main inspirations for poetry and writing. Sorry if that was loud into the microphone. Lyrics of Lowly Life, the poetry of Paul Laurence Dunbar. Started reading this one as well. This is a good book. And this one was one of my favorites. I had finished reading this, but I wanted to read it again because it's just a really good book. Dr. Carl Hart, Drug Use for Grown-Ups. And he just talks about all the different types of drugs, psychedelics, inhalants, methamphetamine, opioids. Talks about everything in that book, and just talks about it from a non-biased standpoint on, you know, how we confront addiction and how we deal with mental health when it comes to drug use and stuff like that. It's a really good book, and if you don't want to read the book, I suggest you just look up Dr. Carl Hart on YouTube, because he got a bunch of different lectures where he's like talked about what the book is about. So if you're not a reader, I would suggest you just, you know, look at some of his speeches and his lectures. But I think I'm going to start doing like a little what I read for the month of like October and the month of November and stuff like that, just so I can like kind of, you know, give y'all a little bit of a peek into what, you know, I like to read. So these are some of the books that I've already read. And I'm going to start reading some more. But yeah, that's an update on where I am right now. I am still taking things moment by moment, not even day by day, moment by moment, like chop it down. But moment by moment, minute by minute, grateful for my mom and supporting me and helping me and just helping take care of me and people around me. I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. But yeah, just trying to focus on rehabilitating my body and getting back to a point of strength and balance, because you can hear it in my voice that I am not balanced right now in my physical body. But we're working on it. So that's just an update on where I am right now. I'm grateful for everyone who's, been communicating with me and keeping up with me. I'm gonna have to get used to this microphone. I think I'm definitely gonna put it on something that I can hold because I don't know. I'm gonna have to get used to having it right here. Testing, 1, 2, 3, testing, 1, 2, 3. All right. That was disgusting, but that's what happens when you're sick. But that's the end of today's show and today's live. Hope you have a good day. I hope you are taking care of yourselves. I'm working on learning how to take care of myself again, honestly. I'm literally learning how to take care of myself again. That's where I'm at, taking it moment by moment and learning how to take care of myself again. And that's been a challenge, but moment by moment, day by day, that's all I can do right now. So, hope everyone has a beautiful day. I love you. And I will talk to you all later. Adios.